My name is Asti Eckley with Called Ministries. We believe at Called that all people have been called to love God and to love people. And one of the ways that our heart grows for people and we're able to love people is by knowing their story. I have a story that started when I was very young. When I was a little girl, my innocence was stolen from me. And experiencing abuse and trauma at this age drastically impacted the rest of my life. It led me down a life of complete depravity. I found myself very young in addiction, seeking after anything the world had to offer that would fill that broken part of my heart. And it wasn't until I met Jesus that my life was changed forever. This has shown me the importance of people's stories. Going through what I went through and having the story that I have has led me to understanding that every person has a story, and it is that story that they carry that has led them to the circumstance that they're in today. And I think that so often we walk down the street, or we see something online, or we see another person, and it's so easy for us to judge why they're in the circumstance that they're in, or assume that we know why they're making the decisions that they're making, when that couldn't be farther from the truth. Every person was born into something. And so often these harder stories are a direct result of harder stories that their parents carry generations before them. And when we sit with another person and we hear their story, we hear their pain, we hear their trauma, something deep happens in us where our hearts are broken. Our hearts are broken for the things that break God's heart. Empathy and compassion and understanding begins to grow. And that's why we are really excited to share stories of the people that live right here in our city. Our hope is to share micro stories of individuals that live and call Portland home. One of my favorite things about this is that I want to give a voice. Our team wants to give a voice to the voiceless. We want to share stories of people who have never had the opportunity to share their story, that have never had the opportunity to be heard. Our prayer is that their stories would change you from the inside out, that when you view these stories, it'll be as if you're sitting right next to them with a cup of coffee, hearing where they came from. It is an honor to be sharing these stories with you, and we hope that you will join us as we do. These stories are important and they matter. Make sure you're following the Called Instagram, which is Called Ministries, and make sure you hit that bell so that you'll be notified every time we put out a new story.